This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 19, and it reads, saying to them, thus said the Lord God Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. First and foremost, as always, just want to give all praise, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is the God of living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barach Wadash, which is our praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, whom is our strength and our Redeemer and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue in the ancient Hebrew, when the garden uttered Mashana, Kabawadim Lahasaquanium, Shalagal Barakab, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, the true shepherds of Israel, along with the like-minded Sequani will occupy across the four corners of the earth, also pushing sound doctrine, faith, truth, and sincerity. And Shalom, honor and salutation due by Yahshua without the house of David, along with the rest of the one-third elect men, women, and children of Israel. All right, it's your fellow servant Malak Rayab, back at it again. Another lesson to the spirit of prophecy, being the testimony of our Lord and Savior Hamashiach Habashai, who the Master of the world ignorantly referred to Jesus Christ. All right, which that false name has been further commemorated and reverenced today on so-called Easter Day. All right, the commemoration of the fertility goddesses and the sun gods. Mainly going back to Nimrod. All right, worship as a sun god. The Egyptian sun god Ra, and so forth. All right, going to the constellation, the worship of the constellation, the stars in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. That name Jesus Christ was heavily commemorated in the midst of, these ceremonies of pagan worship in these churches and Roman cathedrals and so forth. So this lesson was further influenced, by interaction I had with a J couple, from the tribe of Issachar when they came by, in Barakah Kodash, they were receiving, the word. All right. There wasn't any bucking up, asking very spiritual questions. And they're a very young couple. All right. They were actually my age, when I found out I was an Israelite through the spirit. All right. The husband of the couple is actually the same exact age that I was when I found out I was Israelite through the spirit. So that further confirms that everything is spiritual. All right. But anyway, and what came to my mind when I was wrapping up camp, after, concluding the interaction with them, is that the two sticks are coming together because, I've had another positive interaction with Ephraim, my brother, so-called Puerto Rican or Taino, over a month ago. Well, actually, almost 2 months ago. All right, more than a month and a half ago, and he was receiving the word because he already knew he was Israelite because he was from Brooklyn, and he came across some Israelite camps in Brooklyn, in New York in general, and it's just and then fast forwarding to this interaction with this Issachar couple, finding out that they're Israelites and receiving the word, asking a lot of spiritual questions, asking how they could learn more. It's just a further omen or ensign that the two stakes of Israel are coming back together. And that is terrible news for you devils. All right. So this is back in Ezekiel 37:19. It says, saying to them, thus said the Lord God, Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim. All right. The leader of the northern kingdom. All right. And the tribes of Ephraim, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. All right. Ephraim is the modern day Puerto Ricans, the Tainos. All right. Which is the leaders of the kingdom of the northern kingdom, and they also represent the entire northern kingdom. So this is going to the context of prophecy. This is speaking about the so-called indigenous for the northern kingdom of Israel. All right, when it speaks about Judah, all right, representing the so-called Negroes, representing not only the tribe of Judah but the southern kingdom as a whole. The so-called Negroes from the tribe of Judah, so-called West Indians, Trinidadians, Jamaicans from the tribe of Benjamin, and so-called Haitians from Levi. All right, and how we're being joined together. Because going into further to elaborate on that point, this is this article here, all right, by Addison Sarter, and it's entitled "Black and Latino Unity is Biblical." It says, this is not an attempt to erase the heritage of Latinos, nor does it apply to all Latinos. Why? Because really, the terms Latinos, the authentic Latinos are Edomites, so-called Caucasians, aka Europeans, along with the so-called Hispanics. And these devils falsely associated these terms with the Spanish speaking tribes of the Northern Kingdom. All right. And this is why to this day, all right, you Spanish speaking tribes in Northern Kingdom, okay, have been conditioned to believe that you're Spaniards. Okay. That that you're so-called Hispanics and Latinos, and really, those two terms associated with our oppressor. So that's spiritually going into why in this comment it says not all Latinos are the heritage Latinos, because really the true Latinos and Hispanics are Edomites. So it goes on to say this is an attempt to create unity between the two of the most oppressed groups in America, and aligns with Jeremiah 15:33. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and bring that precept out in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." And see, and we know through the spirit of prophecy, history is filled to the biblical prophecy, because prophecy, okay, is history further manifested, okay, and past, present, and future. All right, that's why the prophesy means to say before. In the book of Isaiah, I believe it's the 42nd chapter. Yet the Heavenly Father, how it said, before I, matter of fact, let me see if I can just get that real quick. Isaiah 42, and I believe it's the 9th verse. Yep, it says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Okay, and that's the mysteries of heaven. All right, only bestowed upon the prophets of Yasharallah. Okay, Hebrew for Israel, the lost tribe of Israel. All right, and that's why the prophets, the true prophets of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, are seen on the highways and hedges, man, feeding our people this food that's convenient for them. Okay, like it says in Proverbs 30:8, and that's His word, which is Yahweh Shai, the mediator between us and Heavenly Father. Okay, the bishop and shepherd of our souls is our Malak, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and they're finding out who He is, what he looked like, who His message really pertained to. Okay, including you, including you so-called indigenous, because like Yahweh Shai prophesied here in St. John 10 and 16. All right, it says, "And another Salaki, and other sheep I have, which are not of this fold," as in the southern kingdom, "them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd." Okay, because he is he's going to deliver both kingdoms, as prophesied in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, and the information in this article further goes into that. So it goes on to say here, Latinos descend from the indigenous people of the Americas. Some indigenous people migrated to North America, while others, and that's prophesied in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter. It says, while others inhabited Central and South America, Latinos are the descendants of the indigenous people who were conquered by Europeans from Spain and had the Spanish language forced on them during colonialism. That's prophesied in Deuteronomy 28, verses 48 to 49. It says, Latinos and Native Americans may have different cultures or speak different languages, but they are still of the same race, blood, and are indigenous people of the Americas. It says the Bible states that African Americans, okay, so-called African Americans, all right, in the tribe of Judah, and Native Americans, Latinos, indigenous in the Northern Kingdom, would both be oppressed together in America and would then unite together to get out of their captivity and return to their homeland, which is Jerusalem. Okay? It says, and it's a quote from Hosea 1:11, "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. For great shall be the day of Jezreel." All right? And that's why in that book, the American, the Indian slave trade, okay, the rise of the English Empire by Alan Galloway, I believe that's his last name, Alan Galloway. There's a passage in that book on which goes into the information of secular history, filled to the biblical prophecy, that So-called blacks and indigenous people simultaneously went into slavery in the year 1715 on a slave ship called the Royal Anne. You see, and that was before the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, because we were in slavery before the transatlantic slave trade, going all the way back to the trans-Saharan slave trade, and then really going all the way back to the Roman Empire. And then after we reconquered these devils during the Dark Ages, during the Byzantine Empire, all right, around 325 to around the 15th century, all right, at the end of the around the 15th century, these devils came back into authority in the Renaissance period, and they resurfaced on the scene. They set up these false images of the Messiah during Roman iconoclasm, aka whitewashing, and that's been exposed, further by Putin of Russia opening up the ancient Russian vaults. Okay, and releasing further releasing the dark images of the Lord and His saints. Okay, and that's why these devils increased the price of that book, Russian Icons, that further reveals this information. Okay, because it's been further revealed that the true people of the book are melanated people, specifically so-called black and indigenous. All right, the Hebrew Israelites that spoke Hebrew. All right, so it says, what is my proof for such a claim? In the Bible, there was the ancient kingdom of Israel. The kingdom of Israel split into two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom, called Israel, is the kingdom that Native American Latinos are from. Native Americans and Latinos are from, indigenous. The southern kingdom, called Judah, is a kingdom that black descendants of the slave trade come from. You see that? Here's a geographical map of our Holy Land, okay? And where we used to dwell and where we're going to dwell. When we're restored back into the land, pursuant to the prophecy in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. All right. So that's why in Zechariah 11:14 it says that, it speaks about the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, separating the kingdom, separating the brotherhood. Okay. All right. So now the jig is up, and now because you devil has been exposed. So this is Jeremiah 16, and we start at verse 15. It says, "But the Lord Yahweh by Shemashai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north," which is the western, located within the western hemisphere, which is prophesying about our deliverance from America, North America, Babylon the Great. It says, "And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers." Slack it back. Jump up to verse 14. "Therefore, behold, the days comes to the Lord Yahweh by Shemashai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh by Shemashai liveth, that brought up the children of Yasharallah, Israel, out of the land of Egypt." Okay, which modern day Egypt is America, Babylon the Great. And that's why in the back of the dollar bill and similar pieces of currency, this devil Esau Edom has, ancient Egyptian symbolism, including the pyramid, which is further symbolic of our slavery. All right, because it's not a coincidence that there's pyramids in Egypt that are equivalent to the pyramids in Mexico, because the same people built those pyramids, so-called Negroes and indigenous of the southern and northern kingdoms of Israel. Okay, so in modern day Egypt, we're going to be delivered from the hands of our oppressors. These modern day Egyptians, these bondmen and bondwomen, all right, these slave masters of Esau Edom, all right, predominantly, okay, along with the rest of you heathen nations. This is Jeremiah 16:15 again. "But the Lord Yahweh by Shemashai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers." Okay, and that's why here in Isaiah. Okay, and when we get brought back together officially under the second holy covenant, we're going to be beautified. We're going to dwell in harmony again. Okay, there's Isaiah 11 and 13. It says, verse 12, "And he shall set up." I'll get straight to the point. It says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. All right, including the northern kingdom prophesied in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, and Jeremiah 16, Jeremiah 31, and so forth. Isaiah 11 and 13 says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. All right, because there was a prophecy that our people would be divided, man. Okay, and envy has been a part of that prophecy, and this is why just to paint a picture, when the girls in grade school would lust after Judah, northern tribe men would be envious to Judah, towards Judah, but we're all the same people, and that's why in Genesis 49 chapter it says how in Judah shall thy brethren shall be the praise of his brethren, roughly paraphrasing. That's why a lot of northern kingdom rock they dress the way that Judah dresses, they talk the way Judah talks, collectively, and we like the same man and women. We all collectively like thick women. We like to chill, drink, turn up. We're all the same people, man. Okay. Isaiah 11 and 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. No more division. Okay. We're no longer be oppressing each other, afflicting each other. Okay. Especially through gang culture. We got Sorenos versus the Bloods, and the Latin Kings versus the Crips, and all this other madness, man. We're, just using that gang culture as a great example of the curses that have manifested, into our reality, because we are the people of the book, and that's being further revealed in these last days. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here in 2nd Ezra 6 and 27, and it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched." All right, iniquity and witchcraft. All right, including the witchcraft that you devils have pushed out into the earth, that you are the people of the book. Okay, case in point, when you don't even know the name. And speaking of that, I'm going to bring this out. You know what? It's not. It's not actually in this. I don't think it's in this article. Let me see. Yeah, it's not in this article, but that'll be for another lesson. You could eat the article I was thinking about. You can actually find that. You can find that. Matter of fact, let me see if I got it real quick. Let me see. Yep, this is on Aish.com, Native Americans and the condom hats. All right, the ones who claim they're us. So jumping down to the point, it says this is Chief Joseph Riverwind. So it's not a coincidence that this Gadite's name, so-called Native American's name, first name is Joseph. Okay, and Ezekiel the 37th chapter speaks about the stick of Joseph. Okay, referring to the inheritance, his inheritance through his sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, the respective tribes of the so-called Puerto Ricans and Cubans. Okay, so this is highly spiritual. That his name is Joseph. Now it goes into more detail. It says, Riverwind, the Gadite, in this image here, explained that while amongst his people, the ancient name for God is Yahya, which is not, okay, but we have forgotten, we've been so far removed from our heritage, like it says in Jeremiah 17 and 4. It says, among his wife's ancestors, the Cherokee, they called God Yohewa. You see that? All right, which is very similar to Yahweh. Okay, the holy name, the ancient holy name of the Heavenly Father that was only given to the Israelites pursuing the Numbers of 6th chapter and so forth. So I just wanted to bring that out, spiritual tidbit on, going into what, the topic of the lesson is, but that's through the Spirit. That pursuing the 2nd Ezra 6 and 28, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which had been so long without fruit shall be declared. So I'm going to go and end it off on that note. Pray this lesson was further edifying, exhorting to elect, and give all praise, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is the God of living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch Badash, for blessing me the spirit of doing another lesson. And with that, Mawasla Babal, Shalom to the elect, and on to the next one.